ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Namaste, dear friends. Welcome back to our continuing study of the pages of the Bhagavad Geetha home study. Poojya Swamiji has put together this teaching published in 9 volumes to aid all of us in achieving the Parama Purushartha, namely Shreyas or Moksha or freedom in this very Janma itself. We are presently going through the portions in which the context of how the Gita came about is being discussed by Poojya Swamiji. So let us straightaway dive into the subject matter and take it forward from here. We have now entered the portion where the Mahabharata is looked at as the fifth Veda. Mahabharata is looked at as the fifth Veda. We all know that there are 4 Vedas. So, Pujya Swamiji says there are 4 Vedas, and the Mahabharata is referred to as the fifth Veda because it is so complete. There is not nearly the amount of information in the Ramayana as there is in the Mahabharata. Any topic you could ask for is there in the Mahabharata. Dharma, logistics, political acumen, and so on. You name it, it is all there in the Mahabharata. All of these are beautifully illustrated through the epic's excellent characterizations. Various values are highlighted in the stories by presenting the same person in different moods and situations. Bhima, for instance, stands out as a person with his own moods, proclivities, characteristics, inclinations, capacities, limitations, and points of vulnerability. Each of these aspects is mentioned when characterizing any given hero. In this way, the 5 Pandavas and the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra, from Duryodhana downward, are all presented individually as characters in their own right. To aid us to learn lessons from, to understand how human beings behaved, an understanding in behavioral psychology. Then we look into who Vyasacharya was, the author of the Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita. Vyasa is considered to be a principal link in the Vedic teaching tradition. He is therefore an important figure. Beginning from Lord Narayana all the way down to my own teachers, there is a live tradition in which Vyasa is the most important historical connecting link. The parampara, lineage of the teachers of Brahma Vidya, is presented in the following verse. Swami Paramarthananda, my guru, often repeats this verse to indicate to us about and to help us understand how illustrious our Guru Parampara is and the kind of teachers that the Guru Parampara had. So, this is how the verse runs. Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtham Shaktin cha Tatputra Parasharancha Vyasam Shukham Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam Shri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padmapadancha Hastamalakancha Shishyam Tam Totakam Vartikakaramanyaan Asmadgurun Santatamanatosmi. I will reread, rechant this lovely shlokam for the benefit of all of us. It reads Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtham Shaktin cha Tatputra Parasharancha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam Shri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padmapadancha Hastamalakancha Shishyam Tam Totakam Vartikakaramanyaan Asmadgurun Santatamanatosmi. Om. This verse means I remain as one who always salutes Narayana, Brahma, Brahmaji, Vasishtha, Shakti, his son Parashara, Vyasa, Shuka, the great Gaudapada, Govinda, Govinda Bhagavat Pada, the most exalted among the yogis, his disciple Shankaracharya, Shankara's disciples Padmapada, Hastamalaka, Totaka, and the author of the Vartikas, Sureshwaracharya, and our other teachers. Vyasa is also called Veda Vyasa because it was he who edited, classified, and codified all the mantras of the Vedas. He grouped them into four and made them available to the future generations by making one family responsible for maintaining one shaka or branch. To commit all four Vedas to memory is not realistic. It requires 12 years and a bright mind to commit every, even one entire shaka branch to memory. A young boy in his 8th year goes to a teacher and spends his next 12 years doing this. To memorize 4 Vedas then would mean becoming a grandfather by the time the work is completed. Therefore, Vyasa made it easy. A particular family maintains one branch of the Veda throughout the generations. In this way, the 4 Vedas have come down to us in their original form through an unbroken chain of oral tradition. Because Vyasa was responsible for handing over the Vedas to posterity, he came to be known as Veda Vyasaha. Gita's prayer of invocation is our next topic. Although the Bhagavad Gita is presented by Vyasa in the middle of the Mahabharata, it is an independent work. Every work begins with a prayer in recognition that any successful undertaking involves three important factors: effort or prayatna, time or kala, and the unknown factor, namely daiva. We ourselves are capable of providing the effort, and we can also wait out the time it takes for the result to come. Success or failure, however, is accounted for by the third factor, the unknown factor, daiva. Therefore, we cannot fail to take daiva into account. Daiva is there whether you take it into account. In spite of all your efforts and waiting, you do not always get what you want. There seems then to be some unknown factor over which you have no control. You may call it chance or luck, but we call it daiva or grace. Grace is nothing but karma phala. It is a graceful way of referring to karma phala, or the fruit of our actions. It is something you earn by prayer. It is not an arbitrary decision on the part of God. Otherwise, God would be just another autocrat who goes about distributing packets of grace every morning and missing us more times than not. We do not see the connection between grace and our actions because we do not know which action produces the grace. Although it is the result of prayer, we have no direct knowledge of whether it is cumulative or the result of one single prayer. All we know is that there is a plus factor as well as a minus factor with reference to the result of our actions. Thus, we find that in spite of all our efforts, there is something else which makes the difference between success and failure. That is the daiva, the unknown factor. Astrology tries to unfold a pattern in your life that can be projected from your horoscope. Your birth is an event, a visible event that inaugurates your life. An event occurs in a particular place, desha, at a particular time, kala, and is a link in the whole process. If there is a pattern, if there is destiny, then this event is the inaugural event from which the destiny would unfold itself. You do not know what the pattern of destiny is, but you do know that your birth and event took place at a given time. We will pick up this thread in the next capsule. Hari Om.